Coach, first of all, I play a couple of teams that you play pretty well against here at home. Just your thoughts on heading to Chicago to face now first Loyola.
We're excited. I think we've played well the last two games. We're coming out ready in the first half with a good game plan, and the ladies are playing with a lot of heart, a lot of energy. And at this time in the year, and with our record, I mean, that just shows to everybody how much they still believe in what we're trying to get ready for, which is the conference tournament. And I'm excited about this road trip. These will be hard games for us, but I think winnable.
How tough has it been on you and the staff just keeping the players focused? Because it hasn't been easy.
I tell you what, the community's been extremely supportive. Every time I go to any event or I'm doing a radio show or just walking in the airport, I see people come up to me, they see the Youngstown State, and the true fans, our supporters, our administration, Ron and EJ, their support actually has been great. It's very positive. It's very encouraging. I think everybody sees what we're trying to do here. Getting to meet Jim Tressel myself a couple weeks ago, him saying, my first season we were 2-9, it's all very motivating. I think the support is here at Youngstown. We're going to build a dominant program, and that's what our sights are set on right now.
What is it going to take to get to be to that point? Between that and an ideal world, what would it take, from your perspective?
We've got to score a little more. I mean, I think everybody out there knows that. And I think that just takes time. I think that we are executing a ton better right now in February than we even were in January. I think our last two games out at Wright State alone, I thought we played better than we had the weekend before. So as long as we continue to improve game by game, I keep saying it, and I'm excited about the way the conference is set up. That is the best thing possible for us right now as the underdog. The underdog can always go and surprise somebody, and that's what March Madness is all about.
Maybe this is a question better left for the end of the season, but since you're sitting right now on a loss total that's equal to what you had in the last
Jim,
three
I would
put
never
together
known that if you hadn't told me.
at Indiana, I'm sure you didn't expect that walking in. So, I knew you figured you had a rebuilding job in mind, but how do you deal with the expectation against the reality, I guess, is all I'm asking.
To answer the first part of that, I never did expect that as far as the record. I'm a very confident, yet humble person, and I truly believe in my capabilities. I hired a great staff. I'm very proud of myself for that. That's probably the best thing I did last spring early on. And I think we've really worked with these ladies to buy into our philosophy and our system. And through the injuries and through everything that we've had, all the adversity that we've climbed this year, I think everybody in this program, our women's basketball family has really grown as people. And because of that, we're sticking together. These ladies are practicing probably harder than anybody else in the country right now. I think they have something to prove. They're hanging on to the fact that, the way the conference tournament is set up, we have a chance to go and make some noise. And, that's not trash talk. That's not wishful thinking. I think it's a reality. It could happen. And it's going to be tough. You got to play Thursday and then Saturday and turn right around and play on the road now on Monday and then on the road Wednesday. And we're hoping we're gone all spring break week playing. That's what we're shooting for right now. But it's definitely not what I conceived when I first was speaking to Ron and EJ about the job. But I think that had I taken the job thinking we were going to only win 2 games at this point, I wouldn't have been the right candidate. So I think that we've embraced it the way we should have and have high expectations, and then we adjust as things happen.
Anything specific that you can mention particularly about Loyola and finishing the job that you started here?
We alluded to being able to score a little more consistently. If we can do what we did offensively a couple games ago, I think anything's possible. I think that for us, we're just having a spell. That spell that we talked about on the radio post-game, Jim, of that 3 or 4 minute spell or that 14-point run we let the other team go on. And as long as we keep those dry spells out, I think anything goes on the road on Thursday night.
What would a win on this road trip, 2 wins, mean?
I think they'd celebrate like national champions, and I'm waiting for that moment because I think that's when we see as coaches all of our hard work pay off. And I just can't sum up in words for you gentlemen in this room and on the video cameras how hard they're pushing themselves every single day. Most teams, I would say, 99 teams out of 100 would have given up at this point, and they are not quitters at all. They're not even close to that, and that's not even anything we have to talk about. It's people ask all the time, how much you comforting them, how much you tell them it's okay, and I don't even have to tell them that. They know if I give them an off day, they would be mad at me. So. They don't want us to change. They've bought into the philosophy, and then now we just have to stick it out with the same philosophy and hope that it pays off like we've talked about.
How frustrating is it? You get into a game and maybe Kelsey's hot. She's your only player getting in double figures. Then you go to the next game, maybe it's Tierra hot. Only seeing that that one player is getting into double figures a game.
Yeah, it sure would be a lot easier if we had 3 or 4 in double figures every game, but I think the balance is nice, that's a positive, and I think that's something that we're trying to look at is we aren't just depending on one student athlete, we just need to get the ball, I guess, moved a little bit better on some nights so that we can get 3 or 4 in double figures, and that would really help with our scoring efforts.
Any update on Nikita on the road trip?
Nikita is out of her boot, and she will be making this road trip with us. We don't expect to check her in a game, but she will get to do some practice situations this week, which we're all very, very excited about. Jeff Wills has done a fantastic job with Nikita. We're hoping to check her in before the season's over with, Jim. That would help with morale also.